I have paid quite a significant number. All right, the whole amount due these ex-staff by way of severance, right? It's assessed at about 161 million plus. Yes, 161 million plus.
To the ex-employees?
To the ex-employees, and I have paid in excess of 100 million.
Okay, this is 160 million. 161 million is what you're supposed to pay them in total.
In total.
Okay, and you have so far paid 100 million.
I have paid in excess of 100 million, specifically 103 million. All right, but let me explain how come there is this discontent.
Okay.
Of course, one of the reasons why the ex-staff happen to complain is that if you take, for example, the microfinance institutions, I took control over 347 of them. All right. But then, in terms of the number of companies I am paying, it is 154, not 347. Okay. So clearly, there is quite a number out there that I'm not paying now. And why I'm not doing that is that I don't have records. That is employee-related records to process and pay. All right, so that is one issue. Another reason why there is this delay is, of course, I have the funds, 161 million plus, sitting in an account, waiting to disburse. But there is a process, and the process is that I have my consultants, Austin Game. The employees have their reps, okay, some being ICU, some being UNICOF, and others being external solicitors representing them. Okay, the procedure is that having worked out the parameters and the framework for payment, I generate the schedule and I run it through their reps to them for them to confirm amounts and names and all.
Okay.
It is for them to do that.
It hasn't been done?
There are instances where, in some cases, all right, I haven't gotten feedback in some cases. All right.
How so?
Well, that is between they and their reps. I haven't gotten in some cases about 80 of them, 80 companies.
80 out of
yes,
how many companies?
80 out of, and I'm looking at the microfinance institutions, 80 out of 254. All right,
Okay.
I'm still waiting for
so
feedback.
So at least you've paid majority.
I'm still waiting for feedback for
Okay.
80. All right. And then there are also others who are raising issues with aspects of the computation.
Okay.
For example, some are saying that the calculation of the loan deduction is not quite right. All right, so they have raised the issue and we need to resolve through their representatives. Those who do not have any issues whatsoever, I have paid them. I must also mention that the focus at this point is mainly on the permanent staff, as in the non-managerial permanent staff.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're paying only permanent staff for now?
I am also paying some managers and above, but
they are also permanent staff.
Yeah, they are permanent staff, but most of the payments at this point have gone to the below manager rank.
Okay.
With the manager and above rank. What I am doing is, of course, when I came in and I did my assessment, I was able to identify some irregular transactions.
Okay.
All right. So in your position as a manager, all right, you have to bear some stewardship and accountability.
Which is?
To satisfy myself that everything you have done over time has been above board, number one. You are not connected to any of the irregular transactions. Some of them are also assisting EOCO in its investigations.
So those people,
right,
you can't pay them?
For now, until you are cleared.
So you can pay some managers?
So I am paying some managers. As and when you are cleared, or where there are no issues at all with you, I release funds to pay. But it's a bit of a laborious process, I must admit, and that is how come it is a bit delayed. I must also mention that some personnel, mainly of the manager and above class, have resources of the companies in their possession. They have cars of the company, they have laptops and others.
What do you require to retrieve all those?
Well, I have issued demand letters to them asking them to return them. But of course, some of them haven't returned them. So until you return them, I can't pay you.
Okay.
And that is my bargaining position now.
Okay, so you're using your discretion more or less for certain categories of the ex-employees. Especially you talk about the managers, you talk about people who have possession of the company's properties with them and all that. So those ones, they are your discretion.
Well,
you're
it's
using.
not.
Because you're saying that you've paid some of the managers, but some of them you cannot pay because of X and Y reasons.
Yes, but it's not.
Okay.
It's not an application of discretion.
Okay.
It is a fact of accountability.
Okay. All
How
right.
do I pay you when you have the motor vehicle of a company you are refusing to release? I mean, I don't dish out severance packages willy-nilly. I also am responsible and accountable.